At a zoo, a toddler watched a female lion through the glass. The lioness, in hunting mode, focused on the child. The toddler tapped the glass playfully, then turned away. The lioness suddenly lunged but was stopped by the glass. The lion didn't understand why it couldn't reach its prey. The toddler cried, and her brother tried to distract the lioness, but she ignored him. The glass saved the child's life. Her mother laughed, showing a surprising reaction to the attack. The video highlights how zoos protect visitors safely around powerful animals. At a UK zoo, a pregnant woman named Naomi visited an orangutan exhibit with her fiancé. A mother orangutan and her young child immediately focused on Naomi's visible baby bump. The young orangutan kissed the exact spot on the glass where Naomi's belly was. The mother orangutan also stared at the bump, showing a clear understanding. Naomi was amazed and felt a deep connection between mother to mother across species. She plans to return with her baby to see if the orangutans recognize them. This moment reveals that animals have emotional intelligence beyond what many realize. At the Louisville Zoo, a teenager showed a silverback gorilla photos of other gorillas on his phone. The gorilla became deeply engaged, reacting to each image and wanting more. He stayed focused, sitting against the glass like scrolling through a gallery. This shows gorilla intelligence, self-awareness, and curiosity about their own species. The moment highlights animals' need for mental stimulation beyond survival. Would you want to try this experiment at a zoo and show animal photos on your phone? Comment and chat with me. But just when you think you understand these gentle giants, a fierce battle suddenly breaks out. At the gorilla exhibit, two massive silverbacks seemed calm, entertaining visitors. Suddenly they turned aggressive and fought fiercely. The clash shocked the crowd, who panicked and called for help. But such powerful animals were untouchable. This raw fight showed that wild instincts can erupt any time, overriding captivity. What began as a peaceful show turned into a fierce battle, reminding us these animals remain wild and unpredictable despite captivity. In the jungle, one rule is clear: don't steal from someone bigger. A small macaque tried to snatch a banana from a large orangutan. The orangutan reacted quickly, grabbing the macaque's head with a huge, powerful hand. This showed why size matters. Orangutans seem gentle, but they can be ruthless when challenged. The orangutan could have crushed the macaque, but showed restraint. This proves respect in the wild comes from strength, not friendship. At Brookfield Zoo, a small goose bravely attacked three massive giraffes. The giraffes were simply passing by, but the goose defended its family without fear. Despite weighing only about 10 pounds, the goose charged the giraffes, who stand 18 feet tall and weigh over 2,000 pounds each. Surprised, the giraffes backed down. This shows how courage and protection can overcome size and strength limits. Geese are fearless when defending their own. At a zoo, a group of gibbons encountered a hedgehog near their enclosure. The primates had no idea what the unfamiliar, spiky creature was. The white gibbon's reaction was both funny and relatable. It fled to the safety of the trees every time the hedgehog approached. This was pure panic, not a calculated move. The hedgehog posed no danger, it was simply exploring. Yet the gibbon saw a potential threat in this unfamiliar animal. Several times, the gibbon scrambled up a tree as soon as it spotted the hedgehog. It was like a person jumping on a chair after seeing a harmless mouse. This shows how even intelligent animals depend on recognition and familiarity for security. When faced with something unknown, fear takes over regardless of whether the threat is real. Did you like this video? Don't forget to hit the bell, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps me out, and I promise to bring you more awesome content. Next, prepare to be amazed by a chimpanzee that walks upright like a human, challenging everything we thought about evolution. A defining human trait is walking upright consistently. While some primates walk briefly on two legs, they mostly move on all fours for stability. But this chimpanzee defies that norm with a human-like gait. It walks upright perfectly over a long distance, with arm movement, stride, and posture similar to humans. The chimp even uses fine motor skills to grab a banana while standing bipedally, showing casual confidence. This is not a trick or brief act, but a natural behavior for this chimp. Evolutionarily, it blurs the line between humans and primates. The chimp's advanced bipedal skills raise questions about the untapped potential in our closest relatives and the origins of walking upright. A massive rhino was peacefully grazing in its enclosure. A powerful animal weighing several tons with a horn capable of impaling threats. Despite its strength, two geese showed no respect. When the rhino approached their water area, the geese responded with loud, aggressive honking. Their noise and attitude were so intense that the rhino turned and ran away. This surprising flight shocked zoo visitors. An animal that could easily crush the birds chose to flee instead. This shows why geese are known as nature's bullies. They ignore size and strength, fiercely protecting their space until intruders leave. Zoo safety rules are simple. Don't feed or harass animals, and never enter their enclosures. Yet, common sense sometimes fails. At the Toronto Zoo, a woman dropped her hat into a tiger's enclosure. Instead of leaving it, she jumped in to retrieve it. The tiger, focused and ready to pounce, saw her as prey. Multiple fences kept her safe, but the risk was extreme. The woman grabbed her hat and climbed out unharmed. Visitors called her stupid for risking her life over a hat. She was lucky, but this incident shows how a small mistake near wild animals can quickly become deadly. Want to see some African hunting moments? I've left the link at the top of the screen. I've also pinned a direct link to the video in the comments below this video. And don't forget to come back and see the moment a 3-ton hippo at Delhi Zoo scaled the fence. At Delhi Zoo, a 3,000-pound hippo climbed over the barrier toward visitors. Though curious and not aggressive, the hippo posed a danger. A fearless zookeeper acted fast, repeatedly slapping the hippo's face to send a clear message. This might seem harsh, but the animal's thick skin meant no real harm was done. The hippo understood and retreated to the water, preventing a crisis. This shows how zookeepers sometimes must act firmly to protect people and animals. Their quick, brave actions keep everyone safe in dangerous moments. Humans have long wondered how their strength compares to wild animals. While we know bears and big cats are much stronger, seeing it firsthand reveals the true gap. 4 years ago, 3 professional WWE wrestlers, Ricochet, Fabian Eichner, and Killian Dane, joined forces for a tug of war against a lion. These athletes are strong and muscular, making their living through physical strength. Killian Dane alone is massive, so their combined power was impressive. The event was carefully set up for safety, with barriers and proper equipment for both the wrestlers and the lion. Despite their strength and effort, the wrestlers were outmatched. The lion used its powerful jaws and natural force to dominate the contest, pulling the rope until the 3 men had to give up. What surprised many was the lion's endurance. It wasn't just a quick burst of power. The lion held on and kept pulling steadily, showing incredible stamina. This event highlights why lions are apex predators. Their bite force is about 650 pounds per square inch, combined with their strength and willpower, making them unbeatable even by multiple strong humans working together. This demonstration is a humbling reminder of the lion's raw power and the respect these majestic animals deserve in the wild. Sometimes animals perform as if they know they have an audience. A gibbon at the Dudley Zoo in England put on such a show. High in the trees, it delivered an acrobatic masterpiece, moving with precise control and grace that could rival Olympic gymnasts. The gibbon's swinging wasn't random, but a deliberate display of agility. It performed controlled falls that looked risky but were perfectly calculated. Each move flowed smoothly into the next, crafting a near-perfect routine. What stood out was the gibbon's skill at catching branches after seemingly impossible drops. It would let go, fall through the air, then grab another branch at just the right moment to carry on. The crowd was captivated. This was no ordinary animal moving around, it was an artist demonstrating skills few get to see. Its unique wrist joints act like ball and socket connections, allowing biaxial movement that saves energy and lessens shoulder stress. When the performance ended, the gibbon appeared puzzled by the sudden stop, as if unsure why the show was over. It was a stunning reminder that nature creates incredible athletes, and sometimes we are lucky enough to witness their talents firsthand. The desire for freedom is powerful in many animals, and some will go to great lengths to escape captivity. Octopuses aren't usually seen as escape artists, But this one proved otherwise. Despite being fully dependent on water, this octopus planned an escape that amazed zoo visitors. Using its strong suction cups, it slowly pulled itself up the smooth glass of its enclosure. At first, the crowd thought it would fail or give up, but they underestimated its determination and intelligence. Inch by inch, the octopus climbed, its flexible body navigating the awkward angle to get over the barrier. What started as amusement turned to concern as the octopus finally slipped onto the floor outside its tank. People realized this was serious and called the zookeepers, who quickly returned the creature safely. This escape reveals just how smart and resourceful octopuses are. When they focus on a goal, they can solve complex problems in surprising ways. Don't miss out on more jaw-dropping animal moments. Subscribe now and join our wild adventure. In zoos, animals often learn behaviors to get rewards from humans. This bear encounter shows just how smart they can be. Visitors feeding bears watched as two were fed, then noticed a third bear observing closely. That bear began making gestures that looked like a child begging for a treat. The movements were so clear and deliberate that visitors laughed loudly. It seemed the bear learned to communicate this way, by watching and experimenting. The bear's body language wasn't random. It was a calculated way to get attention and food. This clever use of human-like gestures highlights bears' problem-solving skills and adaptability. Thanks to this behavior, the bear has found a reliable way to get food from visitors. Its adorable motions have become a perfect formula for getting what it wants in the zoo environment. Sometimes the most intense animal encounters happen between the same species. This crocodile confrontation shows their power and surprising restraint. The fight starts with a tense standoff, like a scene from an old western. Two large crocodiles face each other, quietly sizing up their rival. Both stay perfectly still, muscles coiled, ready to strike. When the battle begins, it's not the fast, brutal attack you might expect. Instead, the fight is methodical, almost like it follows an unwritten code. They make careful, calculated moves, biting and grappling while vying for position. Their huge jaws snap with force, but neither tries to kill. The combat includes hissing and pushing, as if they are testing strength and will without crossing into deadly territory. After several minutes, both seem to agree to stop. They separate and go back to their areas. No clear winner emerges, but each has made its point. This encounter reveals crocodiles' social behavior and hints at their ability to engage in controlled, non-lethal fights. It makes you wonder what might happen if they abandoned this restraint and fought full force. A polar bear at a zoo surprised everyone by dancing on its own, without any training or commands. It moved with rhythm and style, bobbing and weaving as if performing a practiced routine. The bear's fluid, coordinated movements were mesmerizing. Children watching were delighted, their laughter filling the air, while parents enjoyed this unexpected show from a predator known for hunting, not dancing. It's a mystery where the bear learned these moves. Polar bears aren't known for dancing in the wild, so this may be its own form of play or mental stimulation. The performance was so impressive that it could rival professional dancers, with perfect timing and style. This dancing bear would be a hit on any talent show, even competing with famous Coca-Cola polar bears for entertainment fame. At a zoo, black swans and koi fish showed surprising cooperation that challenges instincts. Normally, swans see fish as food, but these swans began feeding the koi in their shared pond. Visitors filmed the swans deliberately sharing food, an unexpected behavior. Zookeepers explained this wasn't trained. It evolved naturally. The swans dipped dry pellets into the water to soften them, attracting the koi. Over time, the swans learned to spread food around the pond so both species could eat. This shows a rare, learned cooperation between animals that usually wouldn't interact this way in the wild. The behavior reveals swans' intelligence and adaptability in captivity. They created a feeding method that benefited both, showing social awareness not often seen in birds. This generous act proves that even natural predators can become caretakers under the right conditions. At the Calgary Zoo, a gorilla surprised everyone with an unplanned breakdancing show. It found a puddle in its enclosure and turned it into a dance floor, spinning and splashing with energy and joy. The gorilla's moves were rhythmic and full of enthusiasm, as if it had found pure happiness. Then suddenly it would stop, standing still as if it realized it was being watched. This abrupt pause added a funny, memorable touch. No one knows what sparked this spontaneous dance, perhaps energy or an unseen stimulus. But this wild performance proved that rhythm and joy aren't just human traits. Happening naturally, without training or cues, the gorilla's dance was pure expressive animal behavior at its best. A hippo at a zoo proved that animals don't always prefer freedom in the wild. This hippo managed to escape its secure enclosure, finding an open gate leading to the outside world and complete freedom. Instead of fleeing into the wild, the hippo explored briefly, then surprisingly chose to return to the zoo on its own. It wasn't forced back, it decided the comfort of the zoo was better. This hippo valued regular meals, medical care, and a safe environment more than an uncertain life outside. The zoo offered security and predictability, while the wild meant danger and struggle. The hippo may have been born in captivity, or spent so long there that it lacks survival skills. Its choice challenges assumptions about animal freedom and welfare. This story shows that sometimes, even total freedom isn't as appealing as a trusted home. Here are 20 unbelievable zoo moments that show how animals often surprise us. These stories reveal their intelligence, emotions, humor, aggression, cooperation, and decision-making, challenging what we think animals can express. Which moment shocked you the most? Have you ever seen something so incredible at a zoo that no one would believe without video? Share your stories in the comments. If you enjoyed these moments, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more amazing animal behaviors. The animal kingdom holds even more surprising stories. Thanks for watching. Remember, sometimes the most incredible stories are true. Keep watching for those magical moments when animals show us how amazing nature really is.
Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.